Okay, let's continue. Now, here's the next problem. In the chat box, can you share with me what's the first thing that we are going to do? What's the first thing that you will do? What's the first thing to do?
Move 3.
Why will you move 3?
Identify the index.
Okay, identify the index. So what is now the index?
3.
3, very good. Like what Jared said, we need to multiply. Actually, it's not multiply. We need to raise. That's the correct answer. We need to raise both sides by the power of 3 because the index is 3. And since our index and exponent are the same, then we can cancel the radical sign. We now have 3x minus 4 equals 2 cubed. That's 2 times 2 times 2, 8. Next, in the chat box, can you tell me what will we do next? What do we do next? You have 3x minus 4 equals 8. Very good. We transfer negative 4 to the other side. So we now have 8. Negative 4 becomes positive 4. So 3x. 3x equals 12. We divide both sides by 3. So x is equal to 4. Now let us verify. Is it really important, ma'am, to verify? Yes. Because if you'll not verify, you're not sure whether 4 is a solution or not. So, you know what? It's very important. I checked on as I made the answer key to your quiz today, it's very important to verify. Next, the square root of 3 times 4 minus 4 equals a cube root, equals 2. 3 times 4 is 12 minus 4, that will be 8. The cube root of 8 is 2. They are now the same. Therefore, this one is a solution. Now, any questions? Or give me a thumbs up if you understood the part. Okay, great. Next, let us level up the level of difficulty. Ready? This one. Oops, what are we going to do with this one? There's radical on one side and we have a number on the other side. Now, here's the first thing that you can do. If there are two radicals plus a number outside, then we can transfer one radical to the other side. Okay, let's do it. Ready? Square root of 2x plus 5. The other side is 5 minus square root of x plus 2. Now, the index is 2, so we need to raise both sides to the power of 2. But remember, the right side will be raised as 1, not 5 squared in the last. And be sure to apply the special products on the other side. That's square of the first, then minus, since it's minus, twice the first and the last, plus square of the last. Let's go to the left-hand side first. Cancel the radical sign. We have 2x plus 5 equals. Let's start with our special products. Square the first. So 5 squared minus twice the first and the last, plus you square the last. Here, let me first simplify the right-hand side. 5 squared is 25 minus 10 square root of x plus 2. Then we'll have x plus 2 in the end. In the left-hand side, we have 2x plus 5. Now, what do we do next? We can transfer all the numbers and variables to one side and just leave the radical on the other side. So this one will be left. The rest, transfer. Transfer, transfer, transfer. Let me first write this one. 2x plus 5. Let me write the transfers now. Minus 25. Here, the next one. Minus x. And the last one, minus 2. Equals negative 10 square root of x plus 2. Let's first combine like terms. 2x minus x. That's x. 5 minus 25. That's negative 20. Minus 2. That's negative 22. X minus 22 equals negative 10 square root of x plus 2. Now we have here negative 10. It's like 10x. So we divide both sides by negative 10. Sorry, what's happening to this one? So we now have x minus 22 over negative 10 equals square root of x plus 2. Next, we can raise both sides by the square, or here's another way. Let me erase this one first. From here, we can do the square immediately. X minus 22 equals negative 10 square root of x plus 2. We can square both sides now. Next, square the first, x squared minus twice the first and the last, plus square the last. In the other side, we need to distribute 2 to the one outside. So negative 10 squared. This one you copy. No more radical sign. It will be canceled. Okay. The left side, ready? X squared minus 44x plus, what's 22 squared? 484 equals, that's 100 times x plus 2. Sorry. distribute 100, we'll have 100x plus 200. Okay, now let's combine like terms. Let's transfer this to the other side. So we now have x squared minus 44x minus 100. That's negative 144x. 484 minus 200. That's plus 284 equals 0. We now have a quadratic equation again. So you need to solve for the roots by factoring. That's x minus 2 times x minus 142. So our answers are 2 and 142. This one. You need to verify that first before declaring the final answer. And if you verify it, you'll find that 142 is an extra and only 2 is a solution. Any questions? Sorry for the messy board. No questions? But I think you need to review after this on this number. Let's have the last number, this one. There's a big radical sign and another radical sign again. It will tell you, you will square it twice. So the index is 2. Square it first. Okay? After squaring, you know this will be canceled, right? Only the big one first. Start from the outside, the big one. So you copy x plus 1 plus square root of 7x plus 4 equals 9. You transfer these 2 to the other side. So we're left with 7x plus 4. And the right side, we have 9 minus 1 minus x. That's 8 minus x. We have a radical on one side, this one. So square again. There. Cancel, since it's squared. So we have 7x plus 4 equals. Okay, your special products. It's very important to have the special products this time. Square the first, 64. Minus twice the first and the last. 8 times x is 8x. Times 2, we'll get 16x. Plus square the last. We have a quadratic expression. So you transfer the rest to the other side. We have, let me just arrange it, x squared minus 16x minus 7x from here. Then we'll have plus 64. This one transfer minus 4 equals 0. So we now have x squared minus 23x, this one. And the last 64 minus 4 is plus 60 equals 0. We have a quadratic equation, so we need to factor it. That is x minus 20 times x minus 3. So our answers can be 20 and can be 3. But if you will substitute it you'll realize that 20 is not a solution, while 3 is a solution. So the final answer is x is equal to 3. Do you have questions? Now let's go to the problem solving, okay? Now for our problem solving, here's problem number 1. A girl bikes 5 kilometers to the east, going to school, and then 9 kilometers northward, going to church. How far is she from her starting point? So this one, we say this is x because we don't know. We say let x be the distance from the starting point to the church. Now, this is a right angle. So this is what we call a right triangle. Now, how do we solve for the right triangle? Remember, this is the C. Hypotenuse is the C. A is a leg, and B is the leg. In the Pythagorean theorem, we call it Pythagorean. In the Pythagorean theorem, it states that the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the square of the first leg plus the square of the second leg. Let's substitute. What is the hypotenuse? X. So x squared. What is the first leg? 5. You square it. Plus, what's the second leg? 9. You square it. So we now have 25 plus 81 because x squared. So x squared is equal to 106. How do we get the square? We find the square root. Remember in chapter 1? Square root of the left and square root of the right. So the value of our x is approximately square root of 106 kilometers. Any questions? You need to memorize this one. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. It's very important. Let's go to the next problem. Find the area of a triangle whose lengths are 7 cm, 9 cm, and 12 cm. You might tell me that, ma'am, it's very easy because the triangle is A equals base times height over 2. Yes. If the triangle is a right angle, or if the height or the altitude is given, like this one. But it's not given. This one is not given. We only have 3 sides. So how will you solve for that? In solving the area of a triangle without the altitude given, we use Heron's formula. Now, what is Heron's formula? Heron's formula is area equals S square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. Now, what is S? S is equal to 1/2 of the perimeter. So what will you do first? You need to add all sides. This is A, B, and C. You add all sides first, then multiply by 1/2 or divide it by 2. So let's solve for S. So S is equal to 1/2 of 7 plus 9 plus 12. That's going to be 16 plus 12. That's 28. Divided by 2, the answer is 14. So your S here is equivalent to 14. Now let's solve for the area. Ready? Area. Oops, sorry. Let's go back first. Will not get back. There. Remember, our S is 14. A, B, and C. You could name any. A is equal to square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. That's 14. 14 minus 7. 14 minus 9. 14 minus 12. Okay, let's start now. We have 14 times 7 times 5 times 2. If you multiply this 4, your answer will be 980. And 980 can be written as 196 times 5. The square root of 196 is 14. 5 doesn't have a square root. So the answer will be 14 square root of 5. Or another is you can use your calculators to find the exact value of 14 square root of 5. Any questions? We have two formulas now, the Pythagorean theorem and Heron's formula. Let's go to the last one, the easiest one, I should say. Now, one third of the square root of a number is 3. Find the number. We don't know the number yet, so we say, let X be the number. Let's equate it. 1/3 of the square root of a number is equal to 3. Now we can start by dividing both sides by 1/3. Have square root of X, and this is 3 times 3 over 1, square root of 9. Next, we will square both sides. So we cancel the radical sign. X is equal to 81. If we'll verify it, 1/3 of the square root of 81. It won't work. Wait first. 1/3. It's no longer writing, sorry. 1/3 of size of the square root of 81. The square root of 81 is 9, so its 1/3 is 3. So the square root of 81 is 9, and 1/3 of 9 is equal to 3. So the answer is 3. Wait. I'm already freezing. Stop my share.